So the next question was going to be like, well, what are the secrets? Like, what have you learned about building great teams, and how's that shaped your approach now? So maybe you can share some of those lessons that have shaped you. I know you mentioned go direct. Would love to dive in deeper into that one if we wanted to start there.
No, if you have any group of people, there are always different opinions, different experiences, different backgrounds, and so on, which shape different decisions. And quite often you might not be happy with some decision or some take on something, right? And in many places, the typical mode of operation then is to not go to the source of this decision, but to go to somebody else, complain, avoid a discussion, right? Not every discussion needs to be difficult. In fact, if you kind of practice going direct, you will learn how to bring even the most difficult topic in a respectful and proactive way. And what I learned at Snowflake is like really practicing go direct. So, if something you don't like, you'd like to fix, you have to go to a person who made the decision. Usually you learn much more about the decision. So it's not like you go there and someone will say, oh, we made this decision on a whim and now we have to overturn it. There's a good conversation. Sometimes you convince the owner of the decision to do something different, but I think nothing beats going direct, because any other means of trying to change a certain decision, certain point of view indirectly is ineffective, causes frictions, and ultimately energy gets dissipated. Another thing I learned at Snowflake, again, I think, in hindsight, maybe I knew it all along, but I was able to consciously verbalize it, is that it's very important to pay attention to energy. Energy is pretty much the only thing we have, and we can manifest it in different ways. And if we spend time on planning, if we spend time on figuring out what to do and then do it well, energy is not dissipated, it's conserved and used to the highest purpose. Then we can have this effect of innovating, of high rate of innovation per time unit, right? Otherwise, you kind of 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. So focus, alignment, go direct. Those are the things I learned here.
How do you balance between that and topology or structure? Because going direct for people that have maybe problems or issues or questions about an engineering team doing something that maybe bypass the typical channels for efficiency. I love that. That's so much efficiency that you gain, and so much common ground that you gain by just talking directly to the person. But how does this balance out with structure and organization?
Yeah. So first of all, it starts with being accessible. So the founders set, I think, a very good kind of practice at Snowflake of being visible and accessible. Anybody can walk up to them, discuss any topic. I'm trying to do the same thing, and my directs and so on, right? So it's about being accessible. Then it's about being open to ideas, right? Any question, any concern goes, and it's on management to answer it. And sometimes the answer could be, sorry, we cannot change that, but here's why, right? Another thing is to build trust. If people go direct to somebody and then they raise some topic and it's used against them, it's obviously a bad go direct, right? So people need to be open to critique. They need to be open to new ideas. And again, we practice it in the management team. And I like to think that it's propagating down. Obviously, there could be pockets where it's not happening, but it's really important to kind of walk the walk. I am very interested in removing hierarchy, as in hierarchy of course exists, right? Managers have more input to their employees, performance assessments, those kinds of things, right? But most of the time, hierarchy is not present at the way Snowflake operates. So in all kinds of design or implementation or engineering reviews, if you kind of had some observer from the outside, you wouldn't know who is the most senior person level-wise versus who is the most junior person. We invite everybody's opinions. I like to think that this combination adds up to the uniqueness of Snowflake.